Hi, thank you very much for coming here. I just want to go over some quick points about the Vortex DAO. As Victor has explained, we are operating based on one human equals one node equals one vote. And governance, of course, of the Humanode network will be decentralized from Genesis and is to be known as the Vortex. Of course, the Vortex Vortex itself rules over all changes in proposals in the network. Governors will be given different rights according to their rank. The ranks are based on proof of time and proof of devotion, meaning that devotion to the system is valued more than the riches one has, meaning money really doesn't automatically give you a bigger voice. Or in this system, money doesn't give you a bigger voice at all. Everybody has an equal voice in the voting. Now, one thing to know is that just because you have a higher rank of governance, it does not give you any additional voting power. Ranks determine what topics a governor can directly vote on or propose to network, and give them the ability to promote others' proposals in crucial matters. Now, just for your information, when you talk about proof of time, it means time of running a node and spent in governance in accordance with the governing requirements. And both of these are tracked on chain. Proof of devotion is a predefined set of actions set in the governor's requirements in the Vortex DAO tracked through smart contracts on chain. So the participants, as we have on screen here, roles in the Vortex are three basic roles. There's a human node, which is the user who's gone through the proper biometric processing and receives network transaction fees, but doesn't necessarily participate in governance. You can have a delegator. It's a human node which decides to delegate his or her voting power to a governor. We do have delegators because there's a need for them, but we hope that actually everybody will be involved in governance themselves. So a governor is a human node who participates in the voting procedures according to his governing requirements. So, by the way, if the requirements are not met, the protocol automatically converts them back to a non-governing human node automatically. You're not penalized, you just become a regular human node. So what are the tiers of the governance? Well, the first tier is the citizen. You can start governing, the day you become a governor. The only requirement, and this is a tough requirement, shall I say, is that you need to have one of your proposals approved by the Vortex, meaning you have to actively want to participate in the community and the growth of the community rather than just wanting to sit back and pad your wallet or whatever. So second tier is a senator. To become a senator, you basically, be a citizen for a full year, and you can be promoted to a senator. Now, a legate. Here you need to be governing for at least 2 years, and you are to maintain the full stack of the network and to participate in formation. And I'll talk about formation just a little bit later on. Now, the consul, you need to be governing for 4 years, and the requirements are basically the same as a legate. So what do the various tiers of the rights do? I won't read through this, this is just show this on screen, but the whole concept here is that we want people, we want experienced people, we want experienced professionals and those who actually care about the community and want to make the community better, be able to voice their opinions in the layers that they're most experienced in. And we don't want to have Sunday drivers, basically. Now with this here, I'm going to go through a couple points that you might find interesting. So basically here, we have a pool system where, humanoids can make proposals. Of course, governors have the right to take proposals from non-humanoid based people if they feel this proposal will benefit the community, and set the proposal on the pool. Of course, the governments vote on this. They get up votes or down votes. And if you get over 22% of the governors to upvote or downvote a proposal, it gets moved onto the Vortex. Now, as you see in this screen here, depending on the proposal type, there's a max voting period. And this voting period basically allows people to really go through the proposal, to read about it, to study about it, especially when it comes to administrative or proposals concerning the Vortex core. You might want to have discussions online. You want to have counter proposals, whatnot. The max voting period can go up to 6 months if we're talking about the Vortex core. Having said that, once the proposal is moved to the Vortex, the governors have 1 week to vote on implementing it or not. Now, the quorum is reached if 33% of the governors vote on a proposal. If 66% out of the quorum vote to approve the proposal, then the Vortex will consider it approved. This basically means that 22% of the governors will be enough to approve the proposal. Now, once a proposal here is approved, now just to let you know, in the governors, one governor has 1 vote. If you have votes from the delegators, let's say if 5 people or 5 human nodes delegate their voting power to me, I would have 6 votes on the matter. But once again, we hope that every single person involved in governance actually participates and raises their voice, because we believe that, this is a network that actually, this is something that Victor really didn't talk about much here. But one thing that is sure concerning the Humanode network is that this will belong to all humanodes. We believe that there's a co-ownership. All human nodes will equally be receiving transaction fees. They will equally actually own the technology in this network. And we believe that it is important that each and every person has an equal share in this and an equal stake in this. Now, we'll be talking about FAF monetary algorithm later, so I'll leave that aside for here. But basically, what we're saying here is that we have a core team of currently, I believe, 14, 15 people, and with this core team, we're building the Humanode platform, or the core of the Humanode system. But once this launches, this will belong to the whole community. After 4 years, when consoles start to appear in the system, these consoles will have absolutely equal power to even the founders. And as governors, you have equal voice to the founders and the core members. And as this pool grows, we believe it'll become more and more democratic and more part of a community. Now, concerning the formation here, formation is, one of a kind grant funded development initiative. Grants, investments, service agreements, jobs are all available here. Its sole purpose is to support the Humanode network and its associated technologies. I believe that successful projects can eventually deliver more value than they were given, producing a positive feedback cycle. Any Humanode can make a grant proposal or apply to be part of a team that already develops an approved proposal, or find a team member to execute on the approved proposal. Proposals by non-Humanodes can only reach formation if one of the governing Humanodes decides to nominate them. So such limitations allows us to protect devoted followers and contributors to the Humanode network by approving proposals that are truly beneficial to the network. Now, one thing I will say is that out of the transaction fees, at the start, 98% of the transaction fees will be distributed to all Humanodes. 2% of the fees earned by the system is to be assigned to formation. But as the system evolves, the Humanode community will be able to vote through Vortex on the percentage of the fees that are to be assigned to the formation, for further development, grants, investments, projects, and so on. So if the community feels that actually 2% isn't enough, that we need to give at least 10% of that, that's great. That if the community votes on that, that is how it will be. If you feel that actually 1% is enough, then that can be voted on too. So just to let you know, the formation funding areas, what fundings will we be giving? One is in research, basic and practical research for cryptography, distributed systems, formal verification, economics, biometrics, among other areas. Development and product, of course. Research into software is one thing. Transforming user experience is another. There are various things that can be done here. Also, social good and community. Formation assists community members in raising awareness of open source, decentralized, and biotechnologies. So, and as well as scaling community outreach for the Humanode network. So social and community growth programs are also funded. So, of course, once a proposal is approved and is approved by the formation, it goes into a team assembly. Now, this is just something that you might find interesting, is that We're also working on a specific team assembly mechanism for the Humanode app that will allow people whose proposals have been authorized by the Vortex to find motivated experts from the global Humanode community to form their team. You know, all the proposer has to do is send a digital offer to any other Humanode he believes would be suitable for his initiatives. The proposal must include the possible members' public address, as well as, working objectives and conditions. Also, a smart contract that secures a portion of the award for that individual. The person who got the proposal approved can choose to share a certain percentage of the grant to the team members he or she chooses. So then the development happens, and hopefully we'll be able to create a positive cycle here. Now, as Victor has mentioned, one thing that we do have to fight is, of course, voter apathy. Populism is another thing. We do believe that, and I keep repeating myself here because I can't repeat myself enough here. We believe that everybody should be involved in the governance, and the more involved you are, the better. Once you become a governor of the system, please, please, please voice your opinion, vote on matters, and help help this community grow for all.